everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you some knee stretches and exercises, and I'm going to do it in real time, so follow along with me. Let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So the things that you're going to need: a strap, or if you don't have a strap, you can use a dog leash if you got some doggies like me, or you can use a beach towel or a belt, just something to be able to help pull your foot in or your leg up to get that stretching. And also a timer, or you can just follow me. I'm going to time everything. We're going to do the stretches for 30 seconds and we're going to do 3 of each of them. So I'm going to mainly do my left leg when we get into the exercises. I might switch just so I don't have to turn, but make sure you're doing the side that you need done. So the first stretch is going to be for your calves. So take the strap or whatever you have and put it at the ball of your foot. So you don't want it down low and you don't want it up on your toes, because if you put it on your toes, it might slip off and hit you. So right about at the ball of your foot. You're gonna be nice and relaxed. I'm gonna go ahead and start the 30 seconds and just pull in towards you. So where you're gonna feel this stretch is right underneath where your calf is on the bottom of your leg. Now, as you're pulling, don't feel like you have to crank on it really hard. You just want to feel a nice tension. I call stretching like a good hurt. It doesn't hurt, but you're kind of like, oh yeah, that feels really good. Because if you're pulling too hard, you're going to irritate those muscle fibers and then end up having it too sore or damaging something. Go ahead and relax now. And usually I just say take about 5 to 10 second break. Let that muscle reset itself and then go ahead and start again. So we're going to pull back again for another 30 seconds. And again, make sure that you're not pulling your toe towards you, that you're doing all the movement with the strap. So your muscles are nice and relaxed. They're just sitting there. They're enjoying the ride. Again, it should feel good. It should be one of those where like it doesn't hurt, but if I push a little bit more, it might hurt. So you're right to that point. A lot of times when you're stretching as you go, you can feel the muscle let go a little bit, and then you can give it that extra stretch. Go ahead and relax again. And I didn't mention at the beginning, but I'll mention now, you never really want to stretch cold. Go ahead and pull again. So do a quick warm up, 2 to 3 minutes. Just if you can do jumping jacks or just bringing your knees up, getting those muscles nice and warmed up. I warmed up before I started. It doesn't have to be much, 2 to 3 minutes, but you need to really get those muscles loosened and warm before you start stretching and doing your exercise, because if you go cold, you're really not going to get as much of a benefit, because those muscles are going to be tight and it's going to be really hard to stretch them out. So as long as you get that quick warm up, it should be pretty good. Okay, so now just kind of shake that out a little bit, and now we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. So still using the strap or belt or towel. I like the straps for their dog leashes, because you can kind of take that and then put it down low, because you want this to stay on nice and tight. And now you're going to lay down, keep your leg as straight as you can, and start pulling it up. Go ahead and start that 30-second timer and bring it up as far as you comfortably can without bending your knee. If you pull your toes up, you're going to get a stretch in your calves as well. But what you should really be feeling for that hamstring stretch is that stretch right there in the back. So if you don't quite feel it, pull a little bit more. Or a lot of times people say they feel it more in their calves, then relax that foot a little bit and that'll take the calf out of it, and then you can pull a little bit more. But the key is to keep that knee pretty straight. Take that little break, relax it a little bit. And the reason it's important to stretch these muscles is because the hamstrings come down and cross the knee, and the calf comes up and crosses the knee. So if those are nice and loose, it helps protect that joint and not have so much pressure on it. So let's go back into a stretch again. Because as you can see, a lot of times when you go back and feel behind your knee, you can feel things that feel like a little cord. There's some on this side and there's some on the inside. Those are those hamstring tendons, and if you feel all the way down, you can feel that they cross that knee. So when they're tight, they're pulling on that knee joint and causing extra pressure in there, which causes pain. So by having all those muscles nice and loose, you don't have all that stress on that joint, which helps make everything nice and loose. All right, coming down. Again, in between only needs to be about 10 seconds. It doesn't have to be anything big, but you do want to give it a quick break to kind of reset those muscles. And then we're going to go into the third one now. So just again, nice and stretched. Again, if you feel like your knee is starting to bend a little bit like that, that means you're pulling it up too much too quickly. So then come back down because you want it to be as straight as it can be. So if that's only to here, that's fine. If that's only to here, that's fine. But again, bring it up as much as you can where you're going, all right, that's a good hurt so good kind of feeling, but not actually pain anywhere. I always like to keep the other knee up because then that takes some pressure off your back. Some people put it straight out. That's okay, you can, but I like to keep it bent so then you protect your back if you can. All right, so then the next one is going to be a quad stretch, the front of the leg. So this time you're going to roll over onto your stomach. I'm going to do my right side so you can see it a little bit better, but stick to the same side that you're going to do. Take that little loop again and put it all the way around to where your ankle is. Take that strap, that dog leash, that belt, and put it over your shoulder like this. So then you don't have to stress out your body. You can just relax going forward. And then start pulling it until you feel that stretch right on the front of your thigh area. So again, your goal is to get that heel as close to the bottom as you can, but not pushing through pain, just getting that nice tension on it. Now see, I'm relaxed at my shoulder. Don't turn around and crank it and twist your back and make your back uncomfortable. Really try and relax. I'm propped up on my elbows. If that's uncomfortable, just go ahead and lay down and relax, because again, you don't want to stretch something out and feel good in one area and then end up irritating something else and being uncomfortable. So make sure that your body's in a good position while you're stretching. So let's go into the second one. Nice pull. See, I like these straps a lot because they have the loops in between. So sometimes you can just grab in between there. Sometimes it takes away from you having to grab hard on your fingers. If your fingers are uncomfortable, you can just take the loops and do a little pull. But again, you're relaxed. You're not trying to bring that heel actively to your bottom. You're just relaxing. You're letting the strap do all the work. Just nice and relaxed. If you've got a book, I guess you could read a book if you wanted to. All right, come back down. We got one more of those. Just a little pause in between. Shake it out if you need to. And then come on back up. So again, talking about why it's important to stretch that quad muscle. The quad muscle and tendon comes down and connects to the kneecap. So it's the same thing. If that muscle is tight, it pulls on that kneecap. And if the kneecap isn't tracking properly in that joint, it's going to cause a lot of pain. So having that quad muscle nice and loose really helps take away some of that pain in the joint. A lot of times if people try and move their kneecap and it doesn't move, that usually means that your quad muscle and tendon are tight. All right. So now you've got those muscles nice and loosened up. So now you're going to go into some exercises. Don't really need the timer for that. I always like to start off with just doing 10 of each. You don't have to do a lot. You're just getting the movement in your hips, your knees, your whole leg, and you want it to be, again, comfortable. Eventually you want to get to the point where your last two are very, very challenging. But if this is the first time you're doing it, you don't want to do that. You just want to start getting everything moving and be comfortable. So taking that leg, putting it straight out, again, now you're going to actively pull your toes up, not with the strap, but actively, and that helps lock out the knee. You want your knee to be as straight as possible. The other knee is bent up so you can use it kind of as a target, because you don't want to bring the leg much higher than where this one is. Otherwise, then you kind of take the exercise out of it. So just nice and slow, come up to about where it's even. Keep that leg nice and straight and slowly come back down. So that's 1, 2. So see, I'm doing kind of a smooth motion, not really super fast. If you're going fast, that's using momentum and taking the exercise out of it. But I'm not really relaxing at the bottom. I'm keeping those muscles tight the whole time. So let's do 2 more, and then nice and controlled, come back down and relax. If you have to take a break in between, that's fine. That you can do that. But if you can, keep those muscles tight throughout the whole 10 exercises. Now turn over onto your side. Take the top leg. You can either prop it up behind or you can prop it up in the front, whatever's more comfortable for you. It's just kind of a balancer. The leg that's on the ground is the one that you're working. So again, kind of pull the toes up to help lock out your leg, keeping it nice and straight. And this time, you're just gonna come up off the ground. I like putting it behind. I feel like I have a better view of my leg to make sure it's straight, because you wanna be in a very straight line. And you don't have to bring it up high, just lifting it controlled up off the ground. Again, that's 3. And making sure that it's controlled the whole time, up and down. Don't feel like you have to take it up this high, because then you're gonna have to modify things and move and use other muscles, and this one's using that inner thigh right there, so you should feel it right there. And let's do one more. Now I'm going to keep on moving, but I'm going to change sides. Don't change sides. I'm just doing it so you can see the exercises. So now you're going to roll over onto your stomach. So I'm going to switch sides again. You can stay with the same side. Still keeping that leg as straight as you can. Sometimes your knee's going to bend a little bit for this one, but if you can, pull those toes up and keep it nice and straight. And then again, just lift a little bit off the ground. Don't feel like you have to crank that up, because then you're going to pull your back a little bit and then you might be sore in your back. So just up and down, nice and controlled. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be fast, as long as you're controlling those movements. So squeeze those butt muscles if you can. That helps activate those glute muscles. And just 2 more. And then coming on back down. And then the last one, again, you would be turning all the way around, is going to be the top leg exercising. Some people like to just kind of bend up the bottom leg, whatever's comfortable for you. But again, you want your body to be in a straight line. If your leg's coming forward, you're changing the muscles you're using, and you want to use these outer muscles, your glute med, your IT band, your tensor fasciae lata, all those muscles up in here. And so again, keeping the foot nice and straight, pulling up those toes, almost leading with your heel. So it's not going this way, it's going up this way, but make sure you're keeping it in a straight line or even slightly behind you. So when you kick, go back just a little bit. Keep that knee straight. Keep the leg nice and straight, nice and controlled throughout the whole movement. You should feel a little burn through here, maybe even a little bit in your bottom. If you squeeze those glute muscles, that'll help activate everything. And then nice and slow and smooth. One more of those. And then you're done. So as easy as that, just some simple stretches, simple exercises to keep those muscles all around that knee nice and loose, nice and strong. There you have it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you'd like to check out some other videos, go to AskDoctorJo.com. And remember, be safe, keep those joints nice and strong. Have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.